The Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast brings you a unique view of Mesa through its vibrant business community and the subjects that are important. The podcast is produced in the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Media Studio, sponsored by the University of Phoenix. Our podcast is hosted by Mesa Chamber of Commerce CEO Sally Harrison. Please enjoy this episode of the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast.
And I'm Sally Harrison, President and CEO of the Mesa Chamber. In these podcasts, we'll explore how local leaders are integrating sustainability and innovation to ensure healthy growth. Speakers will talk about how economic, environmental, and social goals are integrated into their business plans and give their perspective on how sustainability is good for the future and good for the bottom line.
Thank you, Sally. And I'm Laura Hyneman with the Environmental and Sustainability Department. Last time, our podcast, we talked about electric vehicle adoption in Mesa with Ian Linson. You can find that podcast on this platform. Today we're talking about clean, reliable electricity with Scott Bouchie, Mesa's Energy Resources Department Director. Scott is also Mesa's Environmental and Sustainability Department Director, giving him a very unique perspective on clean energy.
Okay, so reliable, safe, and affordable electricity is very important to this community. How does clean energy and growth fit into Mesa's energy plans?
With the City of Mesa and our electric utility, we are seeing that solar energy is becoming one of the cheaper energy sources that is available for us to procure. So we are working on RFPs and have got some in place for renewable energy. And that's helping us to keep our prices lower. But the challenge that we do run into is that is an intermittent source of energy, and especially in the summertime as the sun will start to set, people are going home, they're cooking their meals, they're watching TV, whatever it may be, they're coming back to their homes. You've got more energy that's being used as less renewable energy or less solar energy is being produced. So that's one of the challenges that we're dealing with, is how do we make sure that we're able to meet the energy demands of our customers all day long.
That makes sense. So we've seen the new solar parking canopies downtown. Why did the city install these canopies?
The canopies downtown, I think, serve a couple of purposes. First is it's local energy that's being produced right within our service area, so we don't have any transmission losses, or we don't need transmission lines that are coming across the state or across the country to bring that power to us. It's being produced right here in our backyard. In addition to that, we have co-benefits of that it's shaded parking. Yes. Anybody who has lived in Arizona for any amount of time knows that we seek the shade. As a matter of fact, Laura and I, even as we were pulling in and looking for a parking spot, I'm like, I'm going to take the shaded parking spot, even if it means we're going to walk a little bit further, just because it's nicer when you get back into your car. In addition to that, I think having the stuff downtown is important so that people who visit downtown, whether they are our electric utility customers, Mesa residents, or they're outside of Mesa, it's an important symbol for them to see our commitment to sustainability. It's something that they can see and touch, as opposed to when we have RFPs like we talked about in far away places. It's not something that you can actually see Mesa's commitment.
Well, that's great. Well, during our last podcast, we talked about electric vehicles. How is the utility planning for the energy electric vehicles will need?
There's a couple of different ways that the utility is planning for this. First one, we have a major project that's been going on that is an automated meter infrastructure. So that is smart meters is what we call them. Those meters are able to look at when energy is being used, how much is being used, and give that information to us in very tight intervals. So it's almost real time that we're able to see that energy use. In addition to that, the resident, our customer, is also able to see that. Through that, we're able to, because of having that smart meter that can measure so precisely when the energy is being used, we have implemented an electric charging rate, so an electric vehicle charging rate for our customers. That rate allows them to charge off-peak or super off-peak, which right now is in the nighttime, the hours when people are sleeping, that then you can program your charger to come on and charge your vehicle when there's less demand on our system.
Makes sense.
And because of that, we can make it cheaper for those customers to charge their electric vehicles, really trying to push them away from the high demand times into the lower demand times, and we're doing that through the financial incentive of the energy costing less.
Okay, well, I'm guessing that that's going to lead into this. Talk about the new programs that Mesa's offering electric customers, and how can businesses take advantage of these offers?
There's a couple of different things. We do have a solar program in place that our customers can reach out to our solar group and can get information on how to install solar onto either their residence or their business. That's a program that we've had in place for a while. In addition to that, we've just opened up, we have a solar procurement program. So if you don't necessarily want to put solar onto your rooftop, we have an ability that you can pay a small additional fee, and we will go out and procure renewable energy or renewable energy credits in your name as part of the program. So that helps to boost the utility's renewable energy portfolio without you necessarily having to do an installation of solar onto your home. We also have, so an important part, it's not just renewable energy as we look at trying to increase the percentage of renewable energy that we have. One of the ways that you can do that is by decreasing the amount of energy that you actually use.
Sure.
And so we do have a Smart Peaks program where folks have smart thermostats. You can enroll in that program. We'll give you $50 to actually enroll into that program. And what it does is during high demand periods, we might have a call out for those thermostats to pre-cool before the high demand times kick in, and then as those high demand times kick in, the thermostat will actually go up so that you're using less energy during that time.
Is that just for the city power, or is that all SRP?
SRP has a similar program
Okay.
to that. And so, yes, SRP has a similar program, and Mesa has just implemented our program this last summer. So
Awesome.
we just made it through the first summer with that program.
So talk about the business side of that, the offerings that you have.
From the business side, I think there's opportunities for folks with the Smart Peaks, the solar offerings that we have.
So similar to residential.
Similar to, yeah. They're
Okay.
very similar programs that we have.
Okay. So looking ahead, what opportunities do you see for businesses in Mesa? I mean, innovation, benefits of growth.
Yeah, and this one I think I'm going to answer outside of just our utility area, and I'll
Okay.
put on my sustainability hat, the other hat that I wear that isn't just over the electric utility. And really, the city of Mesa is becoming a leader in EV, especially. We've got EV manufacturers that are in Mesa. We've got battery recyclers that are here in Mesa. And then all of the ancillary companies that are associated with them being able to do that work are then coming to Mesa. So I think there's a lot of opportunity, and you're seeing a sustainable economy that's being built on renewables and electric vehicles. Really kind of what I would say is that next step in the evolution of sustainability, where these businesses are coming into town and are able to employ folks and be successful in their business while also making the city and the region more sustainable.
Great. Well, you work with SRP on shared clean energy and sustainability. Tell us about your partnership with SRP.
SRP has been a great partner for us for many, many years. One of the things that I'll tout, last year, Laura's group does energy conservation for city facilities, and we were actually the first SRP customer who was able to take advantage of all of their rebate programs. So we maximized the amount
That's
of rebates,
cool.
which was $300,000 that we were able to get from SRP for energy efficiency rebates that were coming back from SRP. That is something for businesses outside of the electric service area. I would encourage them to participate in SRP's programs, especially smaller businesses who maybe don't have that expertise that maybe larger businesses have an energy manager. Because when you have the utility come in, they're really helping you confirm, because they're not going to give you rebates unless they know that you're going to get that energy savings.
Sure.
So it's an ability to really confirm that what you're hearing from maybe your contractor is true. It gives you a third party that's going to come in and look at that and confirm that, yeah, you should see that type of energy savings associated with it.
And they get the rebate.
And they have possibility of getting that rebate
So
also.
you can just call and they'll come out and walk you through things?
Yeah, so you can reach out to their group in SRP, and they're able to help you out. Depending on the size of your business, will depend on who I think you'd get as a rep.
That's great. So where can people go for more information?
People can go to our website, mesaaz.gov. You can either go to the electric utility area, which is /electric, or you can go to sustainability. All of those are going to provide you information either for conservation, whether it's water conservation, energy conservation, or provide you information about programs that are offered within our electric utility.
Great. Any other things that you want our listeners to know? Laura? Scott?
We are inviting SRP and their business development, economic development representative to come in and speak with the group. So
Oh,
they
that'd be
can
great.
really get into the specific programs that are available to Mesa businesses and all the great work they're doing in terms of sustainability.
Oh, that would be great. Really cool. So we'll make sure that when this is posted that we put the links to all of the access in that post for you. It's really nice to have you here, Laura. It's always good to see you, Scott. Nice for you to join the chamber, staff today for a little bit. We don't get to see you very often.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Come back anytime.